I went on our Twitter a couple days ago, and there was a brother that had followed us, and he was out towards Raleigh, and he actually goes to Integrity Church, which you and I. We know people from Integrity Church. That is a great church. Shout out to Integrity Church because we are here in Greenville and they are in Greenville. And so, but anyway, I thought it was really cool that we connected on that level. And he's right out there. He drives from Raleigh to Greenville.
Wow!
Just so you could go to a Reformed church. I was like, props to you, bro. Props to you.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited for him, and couldn't go to a better church. Love Integrity Church. If you're in the Greenville area, check them out. They're awesome. But yeah, and if you guys ever are struggling to find a Reformed church or a church that preaches Reformed theology, try to ask us. Send us emails because we know a lot of churches around North Carolina, or at least we know churches that can network with other churches.
Yeah, well, a lot of Reformed churches I've noticed now are like they're like not hiding, but like their names are not. They don't have Reformed in their names.
Yeah.
Which is a little frustrating for me when I go out of town and I want to try to go to a church maybe that is Reformed, but like the
Restoration Church. What's that?
What the New Covenant Church?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Is this Reformed or not? Like they're usually non-denominational, or if they are Reformed or Reformed Baptist, they will not say it on outside the door, and it's usually a little frustrating. So I can understand if people get a little frustrated looking for Reformed churches.
But yeah, absolutely. Like if you guys, if you're having trouble finding a good Reformed church in your area or a good church in general, help, we can help you with that. Just reach out to us. We'll help you any way we can. Tweet at us, email us.
If you ask
whatever.
us a question, I'm saying this right now because we're so early in our days, we will answer it.
Absolutely.
No matter pretty much how stupid it is, we'll at least acknowledge it.
That's right.
We'll do something.
Right.
So we really want.
And I actually had this guy ask me a question. I'm going to take this opportunity right now to talk about it. And we kind of covered it in our first podcast, but I want to make sure we don't overlook anything. He asked us why we are involved in a denomination that is not Reformed and why we don't switch. I think was the gist of the question. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Very good question.
I hate that we have to at the end.
Yeah. But as far as I go, I grew up Southern Baptist. I was never involved with Reformed theology, so all the contacts, that I had were not Reformed. I became Reformed because I went to theology school, and some of my family are original Free Will Baptists, and when I was looking for a job as a youth minister, just the connections I had were in the original Free Will Baptist community. So, and they're great brothers and sisters. We may not agree on some theologies, but we agree on the biggies. You know what I mean? Like, but I one thing I made sure when I came to the current church I'm at is. I was very straightforward with the leadership here. I said, this is what I'm going to preach. And, I'm not going to change or water down what I preach. And honestly, I've been here well over 2 years and I've had zero problems. In fact, people enjoy the theology that I preach. And from the pulpit as well. I mean, even the elders in the church have no problem with the theology that I preach, and it's worked very well. But yeah, the reason we haven't turned tail and run to a Reformed church is, one, I don't want to turn my back on my church. I feel like there are saved believers here that are benefiting from my ministry.
God has purpose.
Absolutely, and I believe that the gospel can still work in the lives of Free Will Baptist people.
Well, I also want to make this statement real quick. James White is a Reformed apologist, and he's made statements multiple times about another apologist named William Lane Craig. Now, we can all agree, William Lane Craig is not the smartest when it comes to theology, because he's a Molinist, and Molinism is, I think, just a little dumb. But William Lane Craig is an incredibly intelligent apologist and man for God, and I don't think anyone who downplays that is really it's really offensive.
Yeah,
because William Lane Craig is an amazing benefit to the kingdom of God when it comes to what he's done on earth. But I mean, at the end of the day, his theology is a little wrong, but we would not downplay the fact that he has benefited the kingdom tremendously, or that
right.
or that he can't benefit the kingdom just because he's not reformed. So the fact that we're reformed and we're in churches that are not reformed does not negate the fact that we can still do God's work in these churches. Now, can we do more if we're in a reformed church? I guess in a way we can be more open about it, but we're not. It's not like we're dumbing down our theology,
Nope.
or we're preaching non-reformed theology. We are in fact preaching reformed theology all the time. If anything, we're learning ways to better teach reformed theology without using those buzzwords of predestination, limited atonement, etc., the elect.
Right.
And I think that it's more a little open, because those buzzwords are so they're so offensive to people who know Reformed theology and hate it, that preaching from a different side, like a different angle, on that same topic is I think could be a benefit.
Well, and you and I know we have such a blank canvas here. I could, a lot of these people don't know the difference between Reformed theology and
I have
theology
a shirt
that their denomination holds.
I have
on
a shirt
to.
that says Calvinism, and I could probably wear it in Sunday morning, and probably one person would understand what that meant, and that would be the pastor.
Right. So it gives us a chance to, who needs Reformed theology the most? People who don't have it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to turn to, at the end of the day, this is my church family. They're not perfect, just like any church. But I feel like if I cut, and run to a Reformed church, I'm leaving behind brothers and sisters that still need good theology, and I can bring that to them by God's grace. So that's kind of the answer to the question there. We just don't, we don't want to leave anybody out. I believe God's put me here for a reason, and I don't want to just,
Now,
abandon ship.
but we do want to make a statement though. If we, in the future, if we did have to move on from our churches, or we felt called to another church, preferably both of us would want to work at a Reformed church.
Sure.
Preferably.
Absolutely.
It's not like we're saying, oh yeah, we're gonna go change all these non-Reformed churches. No. Well, that's not what we're saying. God happened to put us in this place, and we're trying to use it to His benefit.
That's right, and I believe you can. And at the end of the day, any church you go to, you're gonna disagree on something, because even in Reformed theology, there are subsets of beliefs that people disagree on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just as long as we're here until Jesus returns. That's the way it is. So, but yeah, that's kind of answer to that question. No, we're not sellouts as much. You guys probably think we are, but yeah.